Hey everyone, and welcome into today's video. Wow, we have so much to talk about, and I promise you guys I will be on camera at some point in the next 2 days. I know I have stepped away from the camera, but again, while I was in recovery, I didn't want to show my face because it was not pretty. But guys, we've been having a crazy time. The markets again have been selling off. There's more inflation fears. Again, there's an article here that says that the markets are down today as oil in fact does start to soar to greater highs. And again, that inflation fear has crept back into the market. Now, there really isn't very much news out on the general market as to why we are seeing such a big sell-off again today. The SPY did in fact have, quite a big sell-off this afternoon. It has since recovered about 50% of that sell-off, but I was expecting a sell-off in the S&P 500. I had been saying it in the Patreon, and also, as you guys know on my channel, I've been mentioning that we will be having a pullback on the S&P at some point, hopefully in the coming weeks ahead. I did also let you guys know that April is typically the best month in the stock market, so that's why we had seen such a fantastic rally. So again, we are expected to now see some cooling off into the summer, but coming into Q3 and Q4, once we do actually get through to August and September, and then moving through from October until March, we are going to see a nice rally again in the stock market. It is going to be up and down until we do have obviously the second quarter of earnings coming out, and again, all of these big institutions and banks and companies, guys, what they've been doing is they have in fact been shorting the market. They've been shorting all of these stocks, obviously because it is earning season, and now what they're doing is they're covering themselves in case there's bad earnings. And once those shorts actually start to go away in the second quarter, we are going to see a rebound in the third and the fourth quarter of this year. This is something that's very normal, guys. It does happen in the stock market, and typically that is why we see such a big rally in April, because again, when we do get those Q1 earnings that do start to come out, obviously coming into May and onwards, then again we do actually have all of those short covered calls, which does in fact put a lot of pressure on the market. Now, there is another reason why we have been selling off, and I do want to get into obviously some of our top pick plays. ALPP is one. I also want to talk about NIO, Palantir, Mara, and also some of our other favorite stocks. And you guys know at the end I always give some kind of bonus if you did make it that far. Now, cryptocurrency, guys, is in fact booming, and if we look at the 7-day chart, this is going over the last 7 days. We look at the top 10 cryptocurrencies up on my screen. You guys can see that we are seeing quite some substantial and enormous gains. We've got, Dogecoin is up over 110%. I did make a video just 2 days ago, and I said that Dogecoin is probably going to hit 50 cents, and again, it has. Again, we've got Binance Coin is up nearly 12%. We've got Ethereum up over 26.5%, guys. So a lot of crypto right now, even Litecoin, up nearly 20%. A lot of people are throwing their money into these crypto assets because, again, they don't see the risk that, again, the stocks have, because crypto is so new, it is booming, and there is so many cryptocurrencies always being created. I mean, if you just come down this list and you look at some of the sizes on the market caps of some of these, Cardano is over 41 billion in market cap. We've got Bitcoin now over 1 trillion. And this is why I talk a lot about cryptocurrencies on my channel, guys. Again, if you are someone that is recently in my channel, or you've been with me since the beginning and I have talked a lot about stocks, I am dabbing my fingers into, the crypto assets, just about 10 to 15% of my allocation of cash, because I think it's really important to have this exposure in the markets, especially while crypto is booming and we haven't got much of a setback, obviously, to see any of major selling or pullback in the prices of cryptocurrencies. Now, to say that this is going to continue, we really don't know, because crypto, again, is very, very volatile. And I did actually pull out my profits this morning in Dogecoin. And again, this was apparently due to the fact that they are now going to be able to be selling Dogecoin on eToro in front of 20 million viewers. So again, this is obviously why we have seen such an exponential push today in that price of Dogecoin. But guys, a lot of people are, like I said, are taking their money out of some of these stocks, and they are buying up those crypto assets. So I do want to go on to ALPP, because I did mention it. We've had a lot of questions on this channel, and you guys know it is an absolute channel favorite. I have in fact now entered a new position. We did in fact come down and we tested onto that 100 SMA, which is that big thick yellow line. That is a technical indicator, guys, that I use. Again, you can see it as up here, the SMA line. We've got the 50, we've got the 100, 100, and we've also got the 200. So I use all of these lines that you can see, the red, the yellow, the purple, and I use this as a technical indicator to see, in fact, where the share price is going to go. If we do, in fact, start to touch down onto some of those lines, then again, we can expect to have a rebound depending on where we are, in fact, in a bearish or a bullish technical analysis. And we do that by knowing whether the 21 EMA, which is that thin yellow line, this one here, which I'm drawing over, is in fact positioned itself above the 200, the 50, and the 100 SMA. So if this line, like it has been up here, is in fact below, then we are in fact going to see a sell-off, because you can see that we are in fact below this here, but now we have in fact come across and we are now sitting above. So if this does stay above, then we are probably going to see a new range of ALPP, like I said, between $3.80 all the way up to about $5.50. I don't think we are going to see those highs again of $6, guys, until we have that NASDAQ uplisting. And this is exactly why I told everyone I was taking out my position. I was in fact cashing in my profits right back here when everyone was asking me, what am I doing with this news, with the new acquisition that they have just acquired, because I knew there was going to be another sell-off. It's just how it works, guys. The stock market works in wonderful and mysterious ways, but if you know how to capitalize, you can make a lot of money. And I always try my best, guys, to give you the most update information so that you guys are aware of what is going on and how to in fact capitalize, and obviously know the risks and not be investing when, you know, when ALPP is at $9, or again it is at those highs of $6. So if you do find value in my content, then please go down. It really does help out with the YouTube algorithm. Make sure you like all the videos that we do actually put out on this channel, and also don't forget to subscribe, because I'd love to have you on this journey with us where we make money together. And I will leave a link to the Patreon in the description below, again, if you would like access to the private buy and sell alerts and any news and information I do talk about, where you can ask me any questions. So I have entered that position, like I said, around $3.80. So this is my new opening for Alpine 4 moving forward. And again, hopefully once we do get that NASDAQ uplisting news, then again, we are going to see a nice pushback in that share price. Now, if this does continue to dip, guys, and we do in fact come down onto the 30 on the RSI, the next level of support is around that $3 mark. So that is another chance for me to load up my boats again before we start to retest those highs of about $4.2. So guys, that is what I'm doing with ALPP. I don't think that we will see the selling to about $3. We will probably start to retrace back here now that we are touching that 100 SMA line. So that is a little bit of technical tips for you, and also a breakdown technically of ALPP. So let's talk about our next stock, which is going to be Palantir. Palantir has now formed a quad bottom, and once Palantir in fact forms this bottom, which it has done now, this quad bottom, we now have to wait to see whether this is another confirmation of being oversold, and then we do start to retest those highs of about $24. I did say that we are going to probably be in this range for some time, and that was all due to the fact that Alex Karp, the CEO, had in fact come out and he had said some news that they are not expecting their price, obviously their share price, to increase significantly over the next few months. They are in fact investing aggressively right now, which is why Palantir is going to continue to stay around this range, guys, probably of anywhere between 27 and about $18. We'll probably see those lows there, another layer of support if we do in fact have a breakdown in the S&P 500 and we cannot find to hold this layer of support. But that is just going to be a perfect buy the dip opportunity, guys, and don't be put off, because again, we do have, you know, some great news coming out for this company all the time, and moving into the future, data is the new oil, the new gold. We are going to need companies like Palantir for the long run, and they are an incredible company, and Cathie Wood is so convinced she's in fact putting this into her top 10 holdings right now. So it will be very interesting at the end of the day to see if Palantir has in fact been scooped up once again by our glamorous queen, Cathie Wood, the legend herself. So that is what I'm doing with Palantir, waiting to see again if we do now start to rebound, which it does look like we are. You can see that we have in fact formed a green candle on the 4 hour, and we are starting to bounce off that layer of support. So NIO, our lovely, gorgeous, beautiful NIO, has been selling off again since we did have those delivery numbers. And again, this is all due to the broad market having a bit of a shift, like I said, and those inflation fears creeping in. And again, if Tesla is selling off, then NIO is probably going to be selling off as well. And Tesla's having a bit of a sell-off on the day, as you can see. We are down around about 5% on NIO and about 3% on Tesla. So when Tesla does go up or down, then NIO will probably be about the same, if not a little bit more volatile, because again, they are a new EV company in that space, and Tesla is the leader. So Obviously, if one of the sector leaders is down, that is where you are going to see some selling off in NIO. Now, nothing has changed on my bull thesis for NIO. They are an incredible company, and you guys know I do cover them all the time on my channel. They are an absolute channel favorite, and one company I haven't talked about recently is CCIV, so I will get a full update of CCIV up at some point. It will make this video too long for me to cover this today, but again, this is presenting some nice buying opportunities right now because CCIV has in fact come down back below that $20 range. So hopefully, if we do continue to have a little bit of a sell-off in CCIV, we will be able to pick up those shares again around $16, which hopefully for the long term will actually be a very nice price. But this is simply a buy the dip opportunity, guys. NIO will not be trading around here this time next year. We are not going to see these prices in 12 months of $37. We have so many price targets on NIO for the end of the year. We even have the S&P 500, expected to have a gain from the current position that it is in now. So that is only going to push this up. And again, if we do get another stimulus, a fourth stimulus of any kind, then this is also going to help the market. And once we do see a shift come the end of the summer back into a lot of these high tech and growth plays, then again, these prices of NIO are going to look very cheap in the coming decade. But the new range for NIO, guys, now that we have in fact broken down, is probably going to be anywhere between that $32 and again that $42 range. So there is going to be a $10 range, so we are going to consolidate until we do get even more good news. And again, then we can expect to increase that share price moving forward over the next couple of months. I do have a price target on NIO, like I said, for the end of the year, around that $65 to $75 range. It is definitely going to be up around that price range by the end of the year because they are, in fact, doing everything they can right now to really grow as a company, and their growth year on year is absolutely enormous. Now, Mara has been selling off, so again, this is another fantastic buy the dip opportunity because again, once we do see that push in the price of Bitcoin over the next coming 12 months, we are going to see the same happen to Marathon Pain Group because they are related to that price of Bitcoin cryptocurrency because again, they are one of the largest crypto mining assets right now in the world. And guys, Bitcoin isn't going anywhere. Look at the size of that market cap. There's only a few companies in the world that have a market cap of that size. So again, Apple are one, Amazon is another. So once we do in fact pass that $1 trillion range, again, what is next? The $10 trillion mark, Kathy believes, is in fact next for Bitcoin. It is trying to be the next digital gold, and the next digital gold, guys, would mean it would be around that $10 trillion mark. So that is going to allow us to have a massive buying opportunity for Marathon Pain Group anywhere below or around that $30 range, because in the long run, as the price of Bitcoin increases, which is the #1 crypto asset right now in the world, guys, to own, then again, we are going to see a push in these prices. So I hope this video has given you a lot of confidence, and again, you are not feeling too beat up over these red days. You have to see these red days as a gift, guys. The longer we do stay in this territory of consolidation, the bigger the breakout is going to be over the course of time. So again, whatever the market throws us, we just have to remember why we are investing in the first place. Nothing has changed in any of our convictions moving forward, and again, none of these stocks are in fact producing potentially very bad earnings. They aren't going down and having tons and tons of debt. So obviously you have to remember why you're investing in these companies in the first place, and if your time horizon hasn't changed, you are a long-term investor, then again, you will be able to position yourself in a very good position for the long term with the way that the market is presenting some lovely opportunities for a lot of these companies. So guys, I did say I will throw you a bonus at the end like I have always done, and again, this is going to be talking about Facebook and CFD platforms. So Facebook is the bonus that I would like to talk about because I have a CFD platform, guys, which is a contract for difference. So it's different from trading in your normal stock account, your invest portfolio, or your Roth IRA. So a CFD, guys, allows you to buy and sell shares of certain stocks or forex and commodities, again, at an overnight charge. So if you were to hold that in your account like you do a stock, you would accumulate a very small charge of maybe a few pence, depending on the lot size that you're buying with. So I like to day trade, guys, things like Facebook by using my account with AVA Trade. AVA, again, I'm not sponsored by in any way. They are just the broker that I do use to do my day trading on a CFD platform. You can open them up with almost any broker, and that is how most brokerages make their money, because a lot of people using CFD platforms do in fact lose money. But on AVA Trade, guys, they allow me to trade Facebook and again Tesla, Amazon, Google, and many of our channel favorites that we like to talk about. Now, Facebook was actually at a position, as you can see, of being very, very overbought. We were at all-time highs, very, very stretched above the 21 and the 200-day moving average. And again, the S&P 500 was significantly high. So I knew there was going to be a pullback after the fact that they had had a massive rally on earnings. So I was waiting for that opportunity. Now, I did enter a sell position at the very highest point over the last 48 hours, and we have now had a big sell-off. So I was able to capitalize a nice amount of money in my CFD platform on the day without accumulating any charges. So that is what I like to do, guys, as a day trader on some of the stocks. But I have to wait for those technicals to line up. It is no good just buying in and selling at random points, because again, you could end up losing a lot of money very, very quickly. So once you do know how to learn to read a technical analysis, then again, you will be able to jump into these plays yourself. So I am going to start putting these plays out on the Patreon group and making sure that all my patrons are aware of the CFD platforms that I am using and how I, in fact, am trading things like Facebook on a daily basis. So that is something new that I will be incorporating into the Discord. So if you are someone that is interested in any of that, then be sure to obviously go down there and join the Patreon by using the link in the description. And make sure, if you got this far, guys, to go down there, subscribe as always, and also hit that big like button. And I really look forward to seeing you guys on my channel soon for some more content on investing. Stay safe out there, guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Ciao.